Hello and welcome to a show that I'm going to be doing after every Man United game, which I'm going to be calling the warm down, as you may have seen in the title. What I'm going to look at here is some of the key points from the games that have gone by and just give my little review on it bit by bit, starting with a great 3-0 win against Southampton. So let's get on to the first point I want to talk about, which is tricky opening. Now, what we're looking at here is just how the game started. I mean, started off with Southampton being really good on the ball. They had a lot of it, and honestly, they made us look a bit ordinary, and it was worrying. But bearing in mind that up until this game, Southampton had averaged, I think, around 65% possession in their opening 3 games. So some of that is to be expected. We were still trying to play the way we wanted to. We were trying to apply our game model. That did mean that we did lose the ball, but we had to ride out a bit of a tricky sort of opening, and I think sometimes that is going to be the case. We are not the finished article. We are working at getting better, and as long as that is the case, I think we can expect this kind of thing to happen. We rolled it out. There were a few sticky points, especially Diogo Dalot playing at left back, and it all resulted in a penalty that obviously Southampton missed. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the penalty going, okay, well, was it lucky and everything, but I'm on the side of, here's the thing. So, with that penalty, you can't tell me that Cameron Archer is trying to place it that side. He's trying to send the keeper the wrong way and he's failed. That comes down to execution. That's not lucky. The keeper has to stand, be brave, dive late, and he did. And I think although it did sort of culminate that first period, that tricky opening, with the fact that we conceded the penalty, we have to take heart in the fact that 1, we didn't concede, 2, apart from the penalty, didn't really give away too many chances, and ultimately when it came, our goalkeeper was good enough to actually stand up and save it. So tricky opening, but it all gave way to the next point I want to talk about, which is the opening goals. Now, I'm going to start this off with saying I hate short corners. I absolutely hate them. Every time I see a short corner, I just think, why not stick it in the box? Everyone's there, everyone's ready. Put it in there. Let them fight it out. I don't care if there's a goalmouth scramble or whatever it takes. Put it in there and then we'll see where we go from there. But what we saw is actually the set piece coach earning his money. We played it short, we worked it, we waited for Southampton to step out, and then Bruno lifted it in right onto the Ligt head, and it was a great header. I mean, if you look at the reverse angle, you can see the spin that the ball generates actually sort of curls it almost off the ground into the far corner, and it was perfect. And that really changed the game. I think we took heart from that, and we went on straight away to score a second that gave us a cushion that we have not had for a lot of the last few seasons. Being 2-0 up in the first half was honestly a treat that we have not enjoyed very often. So that all came about from another set piece. This time it was put straight in, and from the bits and pieces that kind of fell off that, Rashford managed to get on the ball, and really, really good finish from him. I mean, that ball nestled right in the corner. You could say that Ramsdale should have done better. The pace was not on there to necessarily beat him, but Rashford has threaded that through a whole group of players. And if you do that and get your placement right, sometimes you earn your luck. As well as that, De Ligt, really smart of him to get out the way. He wasn't offside. He stayed there, he moved, and in the end left Ramsdale with no chance of actually reaching it. And we had that 2-goal cushion that I'm not sure about you guys, but I've been craving that. I've been desperate to just have a nice, easy game. And although the first 30 minutes didn't give us that, it really gave way to that in the second half. Now, in the second half, we were much more comfortable. We kept hold of the ball and we weren't gung-ho. So what we've been seeing a lot in the last few years is this kind of ping pong, up, down game that I personally, on the one hand, I like counter-attacks. I like the sort of chances that they generate. But if that's all that's happening and it's just like two boxers, no skill, no coordination, game plans out the window, just throwing haymakers at each other. It doesn't make for relaxing watching, and it punished us so many times. And I think it was really good to see us actually control the game and even use the breaks that we did get to not always be desperate to go for goal. And that's what a 2-0 lead can get you. You're comfortable, you don't need to score, you're not even in danger necessarily if they score one, you've got the lead. We were breaking, forcing Southampton all the way back into their half, and as a result then forcing them to reset, and we could actually then go back to our centre-backs, hold the ball, knowing that if we did lose it, they're not always going to be running at our back line with loads of men, because they've got to get back in position, get their shape, and that made the game so much easier for us. I guess I'd say I really enjoyed the maturity of the performance in the second half. It really shows what you could do if you get those early goals. We need more goals, we got them. If we can get more goals on a regular basis, I think that gives us promise that we can hold on to leads and not be scared for our lives for the whole game like we have been in the past. Now, going on to the last point, it's kind of the red card and the third goal. Now, the red card was really strange to me. I don't really know what Jack Stevens was trying to do. You're already 2-0 down, you've had no shots on target, the game is sort of ebbing away from you, and I'm not sure if he's trying to win the ball high up the field, but I always hate when centre-backs do that. If you want to be a good defender, don't try and defend. Keep yourself composed. Garnacho at that point is going nowhere. You dive in, he's got a chance to roll you, and then I actually think the red card is a little bit unfortunate because he's trying to take out his left foot. He's trying to reach across, clean out his left foot because then he knows he's going to bring him down, take a yellow and get back in position. In the process of that sort of lunge over, he actually catches his knee, and then he had to get sent off. The referee made a good decision. Didn't look like it on the first viewing on TV, but good decision. And then there was a lot of very forced booing from Southampton fans, as if it was Garnacho's fault that he's been kicked in his knee. You can debate whether he needs to roll as much or whatever, but the tackle was the tackle. Those were the facts, and there's nothing that can change that. From then on, again, I enjoyed the rest of the performance, really. We kept on playing. We did create a really good chance for Joshua Zirkzee, who I think needed to take it. And eventually, through a well-worked and patient move, we got that cherry on the top, which was a third goal. Again, playing the way we should do, keeping the ball, and actually working a really nice chance that Garnacho just roofed, and we take a 3-0 win. The celebration after boos was funny. Did the Ronaldo sitting on the sort of edge of the seats thing, and that kind of put some gloss on it. We actually walked away with a 3-0 win that I think we deserved. So all in all, a really positive performance. I think we can take some heart from that without getting too carried away. But I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see, okay, if we can keep doing this, we will improve, and hopefully those results come with it and lead us to a successful season. But look, I'm happy to see any comments down below for anything that you guys think. And as for this has been the warm down. I'll see you next time for another edition, and peace out.